Lieutenant Maya Chen brought a water ration to the solitary prisoner in Detention Block 7 Agon, scarred alien held in maximum security on the Coalition prison ship Meridian. The guards warned her he was dangerous, but she saw only a being in pain. She spoke to him gently, offering kindness no one else had. She didn't know he was Kael'Vorn, the butcher of Proxima, architect of 3 genocides. Maya was a human medical officer aboard the Coalition prison transport Meridian, tasked with ensuring prisoner health during long-haul transfers to trial worlds. She was young, idealistic, haunted by her brother's death in the Proxima War, but committed to the belief that even enemies deserve basic dignity. The Meridian carried 847 prisoners, war criminals, pirates, insurgents, destined for the Coalition's Central Tribunal. Among them, in isolated Block 7, was Subject 19, a Kresh alien 7 feet tall, emaciated from months of captivity, covered in scars that suggested a lifetime of violence. The guards treated him with visceral fear and hatred, refusing to enter his cell, delivering food through automated systems. Maya's supervisor warned her, "That one killed millions. Don't waste your compassion." But Maya believed her medical oath transcended politics. She began visiting Subject 19 daily, bringing water, tending minor wounds the automated systems missed, speaking to him in simple standard even though he never responded. Over 2 weeks, she noticed things. His eyes tracked her movements with calculated intelligence, not animal rage. His scars were methodical, ritual marks she didn't understand. Most unsettling. Sometimes she caught something that might be recognition or remorse in his expression. When she mentioned the war's civilian casualties during her one-sided conversations. On day 17 of the journey, the Meridian systems failed catastrophically, a coordinated sabotage by Kresh insurgents. The resulting chaos killed most of the crew, breached multiple detention blocks, and left the ship drifting with life support failing. Maya survived the initial attack by chance, trapped in the medical bay when blast doors sealed. She made her way through smoke-filled corridors, driven by a desperate need to reach the emergency pods before oxygen depleted. Then she heard it, a child's cry. Impossible, there shouldn't be children aboard. She followed the sound to a collapsed section where 3 small forms huddled in wreckage. Kresh younglings, offspring of prisoners, hidden aboard illegally by desperate parents. They were injured, trapped beneath debris, and terrified. Every rational part of Maya screamed to run. The emergency pods were the other direction. Oxygen was depleting, and these were Kresh, the species that killed her brother. She stood paralyzed, conscience warring with survival. The decision crystallized, she couldn't leave them. She began moving debris, speaking soothingly despite knowing they didn't understand. She was so focused she didn't hear the approach behind her, a massive shadow that made the younglings whimper. She turned. Subject 19 stood there, free from his restraints, towering over her. No guards between them. No weapons. Just Maya, 3 Kresh children, and the galaxy's most wanted war criminal. Maya didn't run. She stood between him and the younglings, arms spread, weaponless, absurd. "Please," she whispered. Kael'Vorn moved, fast. Maya flinched but didn't flee. He reached past her not for her throat, but for the debris pinning the younglings. His massive hands, capable of such violence, carefully lifted the wreckage. He worked in silence, occasionally glancing at Maya with an expression she couldn't read. Together, war criminal and coalition officer, they freed the children. The younglings clung to Kael'Vorn, recognizing something in his scars. He spoke to them in their guttural tongue, voice surprisingly gentle. Then he looked at Maya and spoke standard for the first time. "You protected them." His voice was rough from disuse, accented heavily but clear. "You, whose brother died at Proxima." "I know. I heard your stories." Maya's breath caught. He understood. All her one-sided conversations, he understood every word. "They're children," she managed. "Even creche children?" His question wasn't mocking. It was genuine. Maya thought of her brother, of the civilians lost at Proxima, of the cycle of hatred. Especially creche children. Because someone has to break the cycle. Kael'Vorn studied her. "Then, I am Kael'Vorn. You called me Subject 19. You brought water to Kael'Vorn. Kael'Vorn, who ordered Proxima." The name hit like a physical blow. The Butcher of Proxima. The monster who haunted her nightmares. Standing here. Having just helped her save children. "You should run," he said. "Oxygen fails soon. Escape pods that direction. I will take younglings to creche shuttle. We survive separate." It was logical. It was mercy from a mass murderer. Maya looked at the younglings, at their injuries, at the distance to the creche shuttle through prisoner-filled corridors. "They won't make it without medical care," she said. "Come with me. All of you. I'll take you to the pods." Kael'Vorn's expression became unreadable. "You would save me? Kael'Vorn, killer of millions?" "I'm saving them," Maya corrected. "You're just their transportation." It wasn't quite true. She knew it. He knew it. Alarms blared. 10 minutes of oxygen remained. Kael'Vorn lifted 2 younglings. Maya took the smallest. They ran. Prisoners blocked their path, freed violent criminals, seeing an opportunity. Kael'Vorn released something between a roar and a battle cry. It was primal, ancient, the sound of a creche war leader claiming territory. Prisoners scattered. They reached the pods. 3 remained. Maya began loading younglings. Kael'Vorn pushed her toward a pod. "Go. I ensure their safety. I die here justice for Proxima." Maya grabbed his arm. "No, you're coming. You're going to stand trial. You're going to face what you did with your eyes open. Dying here is escape." Their eyes met. Understanding passed between them. They all entered pods cramped, Kael'Vorn's massive frame barely fitting, younglings huddled between him and Maya. The pods launched as the Meridian's life support failed completely. For 6 hours, they drifted in the black, waiting for rescue. Kael'Vorn spoke. "Why did you bring water? Why speak gently to monster?" Maya considered her answer. "Because I needed to remember that monsters are still people. That the moment I stop seeing enemies as capable of receiving mercy is the moment I become what I hate." Kael'Vorn processed this. "Your brother Mark Chen, logistics officer, Proxima Station. He died in initial bombardment. I gave that order." Maya's eyes closed. Pain lanced through her. "I know, yet you saved me. I saved children. You were ... collateral." But they both knew that wasn't entirely true. Coalition ships found them. Maya was hailed as a hero soul survivor who rescued creche younglings despite trauma. Kael'Vorn was immediately shackled, transported under heavy guard to trial. Before they separated, he spoke to her once more. "I will face trial. I will not seek mercy. But I will remember that human who brought water to Kael'Vorn when Kael'Vorn deserved nothing." The trial became legendary. Kael'Vorn pleaded guilty to all charges, refused defense counsel, accepted full responsibility. But he made one statement. "I met a human who showed mercy to her enemy. This does not absolve me. But it teaches that mercy exists where I believed only vengeance lived. Perhaps your species understands something mine does not." He was sentenced to life imprisonment. The younglings were adopted by creche peace advocates. Years later, Maya commanded her own medical vessel. She carried a small water canteen, the one she used to bring rations to. Subject 19. It reminded her that kindness is not weakness, that seeing humanity in enemies is not betrayal of those they harmed. Maya received a message, smuggled from prison. The younglings live, become healers. They remember human who saved them. I remain monster, but I witness. Your mercy created mercy in others. This is your weapon, human. It destroys hate. The Kresh called her kind warrior, a paradox in their language, impossible concept made real. Human diplomats used her story in peace negotiations. Maya found it overwhelming. She just brought water to a prisoner. Nothing heroic. But perhaps that was the point. Humanity's strength isn't that they're always heroic. It's that they're capable of basic kindness even when they have every reason to hate. The galaxy watches and learns. Sometimes the most powerful weapon is simple human decency.